On Tuesday, the 30th of January 2018, the Island Club of Lagos held a diplomatic night to address issues bordering on the Nigerian policy in a changing world. What is the role of the media? The session, held at the Peacock Hall of the Island Club, Onikon, Lagos, is expected to strengthen the socio-economic and cultural relationship between Nigeria and other countries through their embassies. The diplomatic night started with a cocktail party as members and guests were welcomed with food and drink. Present at the event were the chairman of Island Club, Mr. Olabanjo Ladapo, the vice chairman of the club, Prince Lano Adeshida, the chairman of the occasion, General Ike Nwachukwu retired. The Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Jeffrey Onyema, was represented by the Chief of Protocol, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Gladys Adebiyi. Dr. Abbas Ibrahim Salaladin, Dean of the Diplomatic Corps, was represented by Mr. David Sino. The Consul General of the Federal Republic of Germany, Mr. Ingo Herbert, represented the German ambassador to Nigeria. Other guests were Chief Olufalomo, Chief Femi Adeniji Williams, former Island Club Chairman Barrister Oladipo Okpesheyi, Chief Sonny Odogu, among many others. The main event started with the national anthem, followed by the Diplomatic Subcommittee Chairman's opening speech, Dr. Ambassador Gani Lawal.
A tradition which has continued to today, as the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria remains the statutory grand patron of the Island Club. However, with the movement of the federal capital to Abuja, there has been a lull in diplomatic activities of the club. And I hope with your support, the club can actualize its plan to set up a branch of Island Club in Abuja in the nearest future. Meanwhile, prior to the fulfillment of that hope, it is necessary to sensitize the diplomatic community through showcasing what Island Club offers by organizing this groundbreaking diplomatic night. It is therefore my pleasure and hope that you will find a comfortable ambience in this great club for your diplomatic and social engineering in Nigeria.
The chairman of the day, General Ike Nwachukwu retired, also delivered a welcome address. He thanked the Island Club for the opportunity to be a part of the lecture. General Ike Nwachukwu retired said, "The media is very essential for societal development and have a critical role to play to promote Nigeria on the global scene."
I do not support corruption, but I know that Nigeria is not the most corrupt country in the world. If corruption is a word, it is a word built from a culture to describe something. Therefore, in countries where they have the word corruption, they must have experienced it before they could coin the word corruption. As we deal with corruption in our country, I plead with the international community not to think that every Nigerian is corrupt. Tell them that it's not so. They have just as many bad people as we have here. Right? On the streets of on the streets of some of these countries, the killings and the rape and so on, far exceeds anything that happens in this country. But it's ours that they throw up because the media will not write the good things about our country and fight for our integrity. So I'm charging my colleagues in the media. You all probably know, I started while I was a young journalist, before I joined the Nigerian Army, before I became our country's foreign minister. So I know what it is to use the power of the press to project what you want of yourself. So our media must protect Nigeria in very good light. We need to discuss our country well. I am not saying that if we are not doing this right, the media shouldn't say so. I'm saying if there's a balance, that balance must deal for your nation the way other countries do of themselves. Thank you.
Mr. David Sino, Deputy High Commissioner of Cameroon, presented the goodwill message of the Dean of the Diplomatic Corps, Dr. Abbas Ibrahim. He started by commending the organizers of the event. Mr. David Sino said, the Island Club has distinguished itself among its peers by organizing the event.
So on behalf of the Diplomatic Corps, I want to sincerely thank and appreciate your club for this valuable gesture. Secondly, by this initiative, your club has set the pace and shown that indeed the Island Club of Lagos is first among equals. As a matter of fact, I make bold to say that the Island Club is the de facto premier club in Nigeria. You have lived up to the expectations of Nigerians and non-Nigerians by firmly upholding your noble ideals of good fellowship, interracial harmony, since the creation of the club in October 1943, and by remaining proud of your heritage as symbolized by the peacock, your emblem.
The chairman of Island Club, Mr. Olabanjo Ladapo, thanked everyone for coming. He also said the diplomatic night was first organized in the 50s, but after a long layoff, a committee was set up among members of the club to rejuvenate it, so as to facilitate business opportunities among members through the commercial sections of the embassies and high commissions.
The objective of the diplomatic night is to facilitate business opportunities for our high-profile members that are mostly businessmen through the commercial sections of the embassies. I believe that our members will take full advantage of tonight's event to further improve on their business network, to increase their network as they break new grounds. Your Excellencies, it is therefore my pleasure to welcome you to another edition of the Island Club Diplomatic Night, with the firm assurances that you will all enjoy your stay with us and share convivialities. I wish Your Excellencies and our distinguished guests, and indeed the chairman of the occasion, the minister's representative, all the eminent members of the Island Club here present, guests, a very fruitful evening and eventful 2018. Thank you very much.
The keynote address by the Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Jeffrey Onyema, was delivered by his representative, Mrs. Gladys Adebiyi, the Chief of Protocol, Ministry of Foreign Affairs. He emphasized the role of the media in promoting the good image of Nigeria outside the shores of the country. He also highlighted some challenges that need to be attended to, some of which are the fight against corruption, insecurity, and many others. The keynote address served as a wake-up call for the media on the need to promote the Nigerian culture and make room for diversification.
The provision of national security and basic welfare needs as national interest is unarguably the major determinant of Nigeria's foreign policy. This, as stipulated in the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, is the core of our foreign policy interest. Consequently, each successful administration in Nigeria since independence has made the welfare and security of its citizens the main focus of interest. The Buhari administration is not an exception, as it identified the crucial role of the media and the promotion of its three cardinal foreign policy thrusts, namely the fight against corruption, revamping the economy through diversification, and addressing the country's security challenges, especially the activities of Boko Haram. Presently, government is intent on bringing about rapid, sustainable, and inclusive growth through systemic changes by repositioning regulators as facilitators of business and investment in the country. Let me underscore the need for all to take up the challenge of nation building and promote Nigeria's huge economic potentials, which include our human and natural resources, with a view to enhancing our image globally and promoting development, peace, and security nationally. God bless Nigeria. Long live Island Club. I thank you for your attention.
Immediately after the address was a question and answer session. There was a presentation of merit awards to the guests and trustees of the Island Club.
This award is presented to Mr. Godfrey Wasike Oyema, the Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, in commemoration of the lecture he delivered at the Diplomatic Nights 2018 of Island Club as a guest speaker. In the topic, the Nigerian foreign policy in the changing world. What role in Nigerian media? This is 30th of January 2018. Signed by the Chairman.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
We have the entire membership of Island Club. I hereby present you with this plaque of honor as your contribution and as a mark of your labor that you will treasure in the future. Thank you for coming, sir.
Enroll as a member of this great club. In the meantime, I'm to present to you a very beautiful plaque. First of all, for gracing this occasion and for delivering such a very wonderful speech on behalf of the Dean of the Diplomatic Corps. God bless you.
It is my honor to present this plaque to one of Nigeria's most accomplished businessmen, a man of high integrity, a man of great understanding of what makes a nation tick, a man who understands the reason why we should correlate to building society for the benefit of all, a man who's made sure, as chairman of the Board of Trustees of Island Club, that this club continues to thrive. Sir, it is my great pleasure to present you this plaque in appreciation of your contribution to this club. God bless you.
The chairman of Island Club, Mr. Olabanjo Ladapo, later conferred membership of the club on some of the guests as a way of extending a friendly gesture to them. The closing remark was delivered by the vice chairman of the diplomatic subcommittee, Dr. Olaiwola Umubambi, who thanked everyone for coming and promised to improve on the number of invited guests at the next diplomatic night. He also congratulated the Island Club on a successful event.
May we, on behalf of the chairman of the Island Club and the entire members of the club, extend our special gratitude to Mr. President, Commander-in-Chief, Muhammadu Buhari, DCFR, for his support and total commitment to the laudable programs of the Island Club. To you, our honored and revered special guest of honor, I'm former Minister of Foreign Affairs, former Governor of Imo State, one-time Senator, the retired but not tired General Kewashibu.
Now member
of Ireland. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to note that the success recorded today is a combined effort of the Foreign Ministry, the chairman of the club, and distinguished members of the diplomatic subcommittee. May I ask them to rise for recognition?
From Biscayne Communications, we congratulate the Island Club on the successful hosting of its diplomatic night.